It's no secret that recently there's been a decline in the sneaker resale market. Maybe people are being more selective of the sneakers that they actually buy. Maybe it's inflation, or maybe these are just not the most likable sneakers. Whatever it is, things are definitely different to what they used to be back in 2019 and 2020, of the peak of the market where everything was reselling. Either way, I got a couple sneakers I really want to show you guys. I cannot wait to get into. We're gonna figure it out, and of course, maybe we've got some gems in here. So all of these have already released or are upcoming in certain regions, but either way, this is the first one. This is one I'm very eager to take a look at. I gotta say, look at the freaking box. They killed this thing. It's I guess kind of somewhat reminiscent to the Rebellionaires, and I guess these kind of have a similar name, being the Visionaires, or you could just call these the Vaults, which I think is a little bit more accurate. Either way, all over kind of white box with this graffiti gloss on it, and the pair of sneakers themselves, guys. Here we go. Look at that. So on the pair of shoes themselves, you got some kind of, I guess, dyed or aged effect style black laces, and then you also get a pair of white laces. Let me lace these up and let's have a proper look. Okay, so here they are all laced up. You can get a little bit of a better idea of that, I guess, aged lacing, which actually looks super clean. I was gonna chuck the white laces in here, but when I saw this effect, I thought, hey, that goes with the sneaker massively, so I'm just gonna stick with these. So yeah, at first glance, I mean, these sneakers do just look like a crazy vault colorway of the Jordan 1, but up close, like, this material is really interesting. I think the easiest place to see it is around the ankle collar. That's where you can kind of see that cracked leather. It's really not extreme. It's very subtle, not comparable to like the Amarante or anything like that. I have been a fan of the recent trend of the cracked leather. I personally think it's very nice, even though I think a lot of other people just dislike it. I will say the materials are not bad at all. Like, they feel relatively good. I'm not mad at it whatsoever. I mean, hey, it's the traditional color blocking, which people tend to prefer anyway. I think it's just the vault color that people are not feeling. People weren't really feeling these too massively. Like, they did hang around on the Nike sneakers app for a good while. If you wanted these, you shouldn't have had any issues picking them up. I believe these are still yet to drop out in the US, and I'm sure you guys are going to experience a similar thing. The resale market, these are sitting at about retail price, so you shouldn't have any issues if you like this sneaker to go out and grab it. This one comes in a slightly bigger box. No real indication of craziness on the outside of the box. It's just black with the red flight text and obviously the Jumpman. This is the Jordan 4 Zen Master, looking extra zen. That you even get an extra pair of laces included in the box as well, so you can always swap out these black ones. I really like the contrast of this purple color to the black, so I would definitely keep these black laces in. But you do have something, if you want to just go, you know, all out crazy tie-dye purple, then you got that option. These were rumored for a very long time, and I think we only found out relatively recently that these things were only going to be dropping in the EU. There's no US release, unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately. It depends how you feel about this pair of fours, because they're definitely not as hyped up as a lot of other colorways, and I think just take a look at it and you can see why. It's definitely out there. It's definitely got a lot going on, and it's not even, I guess, regular material. Like, this is a canvas material, and I guess that obviously helps with the tie-dye effect that this had. Now, the retail price was a bit of a kick to the stomach with these, because it was all the way up to £200 here in the UK. I think Jordan 4s are normally 170, which I think is already pretty steep, but 200 is insane. Right now, you can find these on the aftermarket for about that retail price. Obviously, being an EU exclusive will make them a little bit more, I guess, limited. So yeah, there is going to be that factor that plays into it. But hey, for retail, if you really liked this pair, I think you should be pretty happy with it. Another one which we briefly took a look at a while ago is the Amarante. I thought these would be a good addition to this list just because of how they've been, I guess, performing on the aftermarket, which isn't insanely low, by the way. Like, things are not something people completely slept on, but for the hype that these things built up to the actual release, there was a big difference. So I think straight off the bat, this is the best Jordan 2 that we've had this year, and potentially are going to have. I don't really know too much about what's in the pipeline, but I will say that this is, as far as a Jordan 2 goes, very solid. That's at least my opinion, and I think there is still, you know, a relative opinion around that with people. Like, they do, I guess, like this shoe. Obviously, I think the one thing that takes away from this sneaker is the fact that it is a Jordan 2, and Jordan 2s are just not that hyped up. But yeah, you can pick these things up for about 280 pounds here in the UK, and these retail for 200 pounds. So yes, they are still reselling, but definitely not what I thought they would do, considering how limited they were and considering that hype buildup that we've had for the longest time. Either way, let's get into the final pair, which I think I saved my most anticipated for last. We got a pair of Yeezys. This is one of the most left field sneakers that we're going to take a look at. I feel like I really shouldn't be hyped for this sneaker, but just for some reason I am so hyped to take a look at it. Swing these open and let's take a look. Oh my lord, this is the Yeezy MNVN laceless. Look at that, they had to attach the tag to the back of the shoe because obviously there's no lace eyelets. This is such a bizarre sneaker. It is so bizarre. Take a look at it. I mean, listen, I gotta say, you know, we've been asking for them to change up the MNVN for a while now. We've been like, yo, you're doing the same thing. Why has it always got a black midsole? Why has it always got a black sock piece? Well, this is their answer to that, I guess. They changed the midsole to white, and they also removed the laces, but they did keep the same color. I'm not gonna lie, I do think this does look pretty good when you do look at these things. Like, I don't know, there's just something, I don't know whether I really like the fact that the laces are gone. I do like the white midsole though, 100%, and I don't know, I think these kind of look cool. And you know what, if you really think about it, this is the first Yeezy that they removed the laces on. Kanye dropped the foam runners, which are a shoe without laces, but removing laces from sneakers, as Kanye has said, it's a huge goal for him. Like, he's been wanting to remove the laces off of sneakers, and he basically said that every time he tries to do that, he gets a lot of pushback because people like laces on shoes. Obviously, that was, I guess, the main point of him introducing the infinity loop, basically getting people ready for the fact that, you know, he made the laces useless by the infinity loop. You don't tie them or anything. Now he's just completely removed it. What if they take away the laces on the regular 700 V1? What if they take away the laces on a Yeezy 350? Will that change people's opinions on it? I was always under the impression that he would release sneakers, like brand new models, that just don't require laces, but removing it completely from a pair of shoes is pretty wild. I think you can still pick these up from different retailers. They may even be available on the Confirmed app as we talk. I don't know, check it out, but I know that these did hang around and it was a very easy cop if you wanted them. And also, another good thing about this sneaker is they kept the retail price at 180 pounds, which is $220. As we know, every sneaker in the Yeezy lineup has been increasing in price. You know, the 700 V1s are back to 250 pounds, or I think $300 out in the US. Yeezy 350s are now, I think, 230, 240 out in the US, and here in the UK, they are 200 pounds flat. So this is like one of the cheapest Yeezy models you can get right now. Yes, initially I was like, what the hell, they just took the laces off. I'm not gonna like this sneaker at all, but getting them in, listen, getting them in, I think these do look really good. Let me know what you think of this sneaker, guys. I think it looks cool. The white midsole just really does something for me. Either way, I think that is pretty much it. That's all the sneakers I got for you guys. Thank you so much for coming through, hanging out with me to take a look at these sneakers. Thank you for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I will catch you guys in the next one. But until then.